The only way people buy from you is because you give them you build trust and you give them some value.
I thought that my clients could write to me and book meetings with me, then I could close them on a call.
For me, like my biggest why is actually just to try to make this world better. Let's say you spend 5K on a program and you will get probably 10K back in 3, 4, 5, 6 months.
So right now we are in June 25, and last month in May we had our record month where we hit $8K.
You do it because your goals are important for you, and that's also what I like about you. Alright, Oscar, welcome to this video here. We are sitting together at Aarhus in Denmark right now, and you came from Odense today to make this video. And we're making this video today because Oscar and I have been working together for like, I think six months?
Yeah, around 6 months.
Around 6 months. And that was like the second time we worked together, because we also worked together for like, I think 1.5 years ago, 2 years or something.
Yeah.
And that's actually, it was a little bit more unofficial, you could say. But you still listened to what I said, and you built a large following base from your Instagram and TikTok and YouTube also. And now we just utilize that and converted the leads, so you actually made a living from it now. So that time when we started out, you're not like making a living from it, right? No. You're also going in school.
Yes.
Yeah, in school, and now you're just like full time on the business and basically do what you love every day.
Yeah, that's true.
Nice. So can you please start, just tell people out there, and you don't need to look in the camera, you can just tell me, but who you are, like who are you, little introduction, and what you do on daily basis.
Yeah. So my name is Oscar Linde, and I am 20 years old, and I live here in Odense in Denmark. And yeah, basically I've been playing the piano since I was 7 years old, so that has always been something that I enjoy a lot. And then a few years ago I started to upload some videos on my social media, and especially TikTok. I quickly got a lot of followers, I got a lot of views, and built a big follower base around my piano skills.
Yeah.
And then I got the idea some years ago to start actually teaching people how they can learn to play the piano as well, but only physical students. And that was the first time I worked with you, I believe. I started teaching people, and then in the meantime, between the time that we worked together, I still had my physical students, but I wanted to scale it. I finished school last summer, and then I wanted to scale my business so that I could actually make a living off it, and not just like a small side income, but also start teaching people online as well. So that is pretty much everything I do at the moment. I have my social media, and then I have my teaching, both physical and online as well.
Yeah, and that's also what I think is interesting, like, that you actually started out with, something you liked, because many people just start out and think they should need to make a lot of money, but you started with your purpose, like what you love to do, your passion, and you combine it with actually a business also. I think that's the best way to make a business, to combine your passion with with something you like to do, because otherwise you'll burn out in the future. If you're just like, some people are motivated enough for only money, but I think personally, me, I want to do something I like every day also, because if I'm like a man that's collecting trash every day, I think I'm not be motivated to continue, even though I got a good salary. But if we should just give an introduction now on just where you are now, we can go back to the situation that time. We're just like covering quickly now, but if we can start with like where you are right now in the business, like last month, for example, it was the record month, right? Last month in the business, and 6 months ago you didn't have a scalable offer, you didn't have an online offer, you only had like the one-on-one physical coaching. I felt when you came to me, it was like maybe a quite stuck, and you couldn't really want to scale, but you couldn't really scale it. You already had the idea by yourself by having the online, but the problem was like how you want to do it, and how you should do it in the correct way, and how to convert the leads, and all those things we could cover later on in this video. But can you try just quickly explain like where are you right now at the journey? Like, for example, last month was a record month, and then we can cover where you are now, and we can cover after how you got there.
Of course. So right now we are in June 25, and last month in May we had our our record month where we hit $8K last month through both my physical students and then mainly my online students, which you have helped me a lot to scale since we started working together in December. So yeah, we had our record month in May, last month, and really when I look back at in December and before that, I had this idea that I wanted to make an online offer as well that was much more scalable than my physical students, which of course they require some time and then it's not very easy to scale physical piano coaching. So I wanted to scale it and I wanted to build something online, but I really didn't know at all how I would do it, how I would get my clients, how I could make an offer that would help people and that I could scale actually. So that was the main thing that I struggled with back then and the main thing that you have also helped me with.
Makes sense. And I think also that's like, I remember I also thought in the start like, okay, this case was maybe a little bit hard because, you know, a piano coach or piano course, online program, you could call it whatever you want, it's like, it's nice to have, it's not need to have. And I've been working before with some more need to have offers where people can actually change their lives and they can measure it by money. So let's say you spend 5K on a program and you will get probably 10K back in 3, 4, 5, 6 months, whatever. Then it's more measurable and it's like, okay, you can see the return of investment. But in your case, it was a little bit different because like maybe one of the problem is, okay, it's a nice to have product. So how should we offer this? How should we package this product? Because it's not so sexy, to learn the piano because you can measure a return of investment. That's what most, coaches or, programs out there is learning you how to actually spend 1K and then get people's money back 10 times to them, for example. Do that in your case. So we should do it in another way and we should focus more on some other things and in this case maybe we could boost like people's self-confidence, we could boost people's, I don't know if I want to call it ego, but we could, like, many people like to show off. Oh, I learned this piano song, so when they see a piano maybe in the airport or whatever or in the school, then I want to learn this because it will give me some confidence and people will have a wow effect on people, and people love to get acknowledged for the job and the work. And I remember that when I went to school also, I also learned the piano and I was just like sitting at home and practicing, and then I came back to school and just playing, and people were just like, oh nice, you can play the piano, and it just gave me a little bit of self boost also. So that's I think that's one of the things also we focused on in this case and what we pushed on, but we can go deeper in like in a minute, like maybe more than a minute, but how we exactly did it. And I will also cover that in another video, basically how and what we did exactly in the case. So this video is more like a talk, low-key talk, where we just go over things. But I will also make a more specific video where I will basically sit down on my computer and cover like every single little detail on how we did this. But basically, you told me like one of the main struggles and issues you came with before December was like that you had an idea, but you didn't know how to do it. And can you try to elaborate a little bit more, like how your situation looked like back then? Because we already covered a little bit, but can you cover it a little bit more how your situation looked like? Because right now, let's just be honest, you made a life that that maybe people thought, okay, it went quite fast, that you went from having I think in December you were like around 1.5, 2K or something maybe per month, and your online program was 0. So you had nothing there, and now you're actually having a higher income than the average person in Denmark has, and you have no like crazy education about piano like this. You have just learned a lot by yourself, right? And by teachers also.
I've had a lot of teachers in the past,
So it's like maybe from the outside people just thought, okay, it went fast. And you're traveling, I see you travel a lot also, you like to travel. You've just been to France also, and you've been to Budapest, right?
Yeah, and Vienna.
Yeah, And so you're going different places also, and because you can do this online now, you get more freedom. You get more freedom by location freedom, by money, and you're also looking to actually get your own place right now also, maybe in Copenhagen. So a lot of things happening right now, and it gives you a lot of opportunities. And it just went fast because it was like we started in December, it's now June, so it's like around January, February, March, April, 6 months, right? Yeah. So 6 months ago, can you try to go back before we not met, because we met once some time ago, but before we started working together, what went through your head like for the future? Because I knew back then, of course, you also thought about moving and you thought about maybe your future. Most people do that. So can you just, tell people out there and tell me what went through your head and that place? Because you had an idea, but you didn't know how to do it. Like, how did you feel that time? What went through your head? Because you also needed to maybe secure your future a little bit, and you needed to figure out, do I want to go full time on this, or do I need to educate myself more? Or, try to.
Of course. So basically, I finished school last summer, and then of course had a lot of time that I could spend on building something on my own, which I've always dreamt about. So I really thought, how can I make an online product? How can I get it out to people? How can I scale it? I had this vision, I had this idea that I wanted to get out in the world, but really I had no idea in terms of all of the business aspects of it, how I could really get it off the ramp and scale it. And even just sell my first online product. I had no idea at all. So I had this vision, and I had also the product actually, and I knew how it would look like. I just didn't know how to sell it. And all of the business aspects you helped me with. You helped me start by running ads on Meta and Facebook, Instagram, and you helped me get my first clients and then scale it up to these $8K last month. I had this idea, I had this vision, but I didn't know what to do. I had a lot of time also, but I just didn't know how I could monetize it online.
Yeah, makes good sense. And you already had because you also started building your following base, as you told me before a little bit, so you have had, some followers also, a little bit of followers. It's not because you had I think you had 300, 400, 500 on Instagram or something. We scaled a lot. I think we got a lot of followers from the paid ads. But I think when we started, you had 300, 400, 500 around that.
Yeah, around 500.
Yeah. So it's not for people watching this right now. It's not because you need a lot of followers to do this. Right now, you still have around 2,000, right?
Almost 3K.
Yeah. Already almost 3K.
Yes.
Wow, man. It goes so fast with the paid ads right now. Okay, but even though Oscar's scaling up right now because we have a good strategy, and you hear that. But one thing is followers and traffic and engagement. But another thing is how do we convert those people? And I think that was maybe one of the problems, because you had the traffic, but the conversion. How should I tell people about my offer? How should I just wait for them to book a call or reach out to me, or should I reach out to them? And if I reach out to people, isn't it just pushy and salesy? And will people hate me for that? And I think I talk with so many business owners, and I see so many people have a lot more followers than us, because now you have more followers than me on Instagram. I have, I think, 2,000 or something like that. And I talk with business owners that had 100, 200, 300,000, and they do less money than you and I. And that's because they can't convert it. So it doesn't matter how much traffic or followers or engagement you have, because if it's not qualified or if you can't convert it, it's just boosting your ego, but it's not boosting your bank account. And boosting your ego is, you get nothing out of it. Boosting your bank account is not because it should focus on money also, but let's just be honest, money give you more freedom. More freedom can give you more happiness. So not because money can directly buy your more happiness, money can't make you happy, but money can buy you things that can make you happy, in my opinion. And that's also why we need to figure out how can we convert those people and those leads. And we can go over it quickly now, because I think then we can drop some goals for people out there also. But can you just quickly, tell me, before we started working together, you had the traffic, you had some traffic and like you maybe had some ideas on how you can convert those people, but you didn't really do it and you didn't really got converted the people. And now you know how we do it now. You know the whole structure. You can just tell people about, you know, your ideas before, and you can tell people also now you realize what we're doing, and can you tell people what we're doing also now afterwards?
Yeah, of course. So, of course, I had a lot of followers, especially on TikTok. I think I have 37,000 or something like that.
Yeah.
But my initial thought was, let me try to make this for my Danish audience.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah. So maybe it was a naive thought, but I thought that my clients could come to me if I just made content, and I thought that my clients could write to me and book meetings with me, and then I could close them on a call afterwards. That was my initial thought, but you showed me how I should actually approach it in another way by writing to people myself and trying to also make a product that can be sold all over the world. So right now I work with my students, online students from both Denmark, of course, but also Sweden, Norway, the UK, Italy, the United States also. So from a lot of different places in the world. Because I started to reach out to people and I started to teach people from other countries as well. That was maybe my biggest eye-opener since we started working together.
Yeah, so it's like that you are taking responsibility of texting people, and I think maybe people that hear this right now people that don't know about this framework, listening to this right now, maybe think, but what should I write to people? And we will not cover that as much in this video. I will cover exactly that in another video, so stay tuned, subscribe to the channel if you want to watch that video also. But you know, basically it's not by just saying, hi, do you want to buy my program? It's like building a relationship with people. So you're not just writing to send them a link or landing page link. It's like more, you know, connecting with people and make it more like, you know, actually that they can feel you're human. Because the problem is we had on Instagram, we're using mainly Instagram right now to get clients. So the problem was that you had like 300, 400 followers that time. And it was not enough leads to just go out and just say, hey, do you want to buy this program? Just do it. Because maybe 1 out of 400 or 500 would do it. Maybe 0 also. So instead we needed to build some relationship, because the only way people buy from you is because you give them you build trust and you give them some value. So you build some trust by having conversation with them and actually showing that you're a real human. So can you just, not because you need to say what you write to people and the whole framework, but can you just like can you maybe go through like quickly what is your approach to actually reaching out to people? Because again, if I was sitting on the other side right now, I would maybe think, okay, if I text people about my offers, like I'm just what can you say, pushy. I'm trying to be salesy. So how are you preventing to be pushy and salesy, and what is like the framework that you use to actually make a good connection with people and book them in for a call without being pushy?
So of course not all of my followers are potential clients, because some of them already advanced in their piano playing, and some of them maybe don't have the money or don't have a piano at all. But the ones that are potential clients, I always try to get to know them, get to know what goals, what aspirations they have with their piano playing, what they would like to accomplish, what kind of music they want to play, and why they want to learn to play the piano. Is it because they want to impress their friends and family, or actually start making a living of it, or become a classical pianist or something? So always try to get to know people and to know what their why is, and why they want to learn to play the piano, to try to get a personal connection with them, and then see if that's something I can help you with.
Okay, makes sense, makes good sense. And like I think we can go through some other things. Like in a minute, I think we have been 20 minutes, 18-20 minutes we have been doing this so far. But I also want to go through like now 8K, around 8K last month. 6 months ago it's around 0K. You had maybe a little bit from your physical students also, but that was not more than maybe 1 to 2K per month. So now, what is the next steps? Because maybe people want to know, like, what is the next steps from here? Because we're still working together right now. We started working back in December, but we're still working together right now. And we have some big moves coming up also, some things that could also give you some more, I would say, security in your business. Because normally how I see a business is that of course, you need survival first of all. So you need to cover expenses. Now you want to move to Copenhagen. It's more expensive than living than home. So then you need to have more security than just getting new clients every month. I know, like in your done with you offer right now, your main offer is like you have a period people can work with you and then they can renew also. Yes. But even though they can renew, you still need some new people also all the time. So we also right now, I can let you tell it, but we are doing some new things now also that would give some more security, so you can also not only survive, but when we covered the survival mode as we already did, then we can also build more on, so we can scale the business. Because to go from 0 to 8 to 10K is one thing you need to do, and to go from, for example, 10 to 20K is another thing we need to focus on. So can you just quickly tell me about the next steps from here? What is your next steps in both in life but also the business, and what is our plans to scale this up to? Like I know the next goal would probably be around, of course, 10 as a 10K mark is a nice mark, and then we will probably move forward, and then it's like 15 and 20, and we can always want more, I know you're the kind of guy that is very, down to earth, and you're not just like, one big scale. You also want to get freedom. You want to have some, a lot of happiness, also spend time with friends, families, yourself. So I know it's just like not skyrocketing you want to do, but of course, I guess when we reach new goals, you also want to reach more and more all the time, because that's how most people think. But next steps from here, how do we reach like the next 10, 15, 20K and so on?
So of course we've mainly focused on my Done With You program the last couple of months, where I worked together with people to learn to actually play the piano. But what we will try to do in the future is also implement like a Done For You program, where I help people who already play an instrument, that could be the piano or another piano, and help them make a living out of playing the instrument, and start teaching other people as well. Because now I have done that. And I know what it requires. So that is the next step. We want to build a Done For You offer for people to start making a living out of playing their musical passion, the instrument that they love. And also I can get some revenue every month. So I will work with them, and they will pay me month by month instead of maybe a one-time payment. So I would have to get new clients every month. Now I'll try to get the opportunity to work with people on a monthly basis, and help them make a living out of playing their musical instrument, just like I did.
Yeah, so you're basically just showing them exactly what you did in your case. And I think that's one of the best ways to do in business. Just, do something great, and then, show how other people, they can do it, and they can pay you to do it. And then people will just help people. And if more people help people achieve what they want, then we all get a better world with no crazy things out there. There will still be crazy things, but I think it was also like a potential client actually yesterday asked me about, like, why do I do what I do, and I just thought I like to help, people that want to help other people. So not just people that sell clothing only, or sell plants or whatever, but that's also nice. But I think for me, like, my biggest why is actually just to try to make this world better and help more people actually achieve the dream life. Because I feel so many people out there that just they're just fine with average, not because average is not good. If that's what you want, go for it. But I know so many people out there have bigger goals, they have things they want to achieve, but they're scared to do it, they're scared to try it. They have maybe their inner circle of persons, saying no, or saying, oh, that's a bad decision, and they just, when they get old, they're just regretting they're not tried it out when they were young and had energy. So I just want to tell people and give people more opportunity to actually just live the life they dreamt of. So that's, I think, the why. And now if I can help you both live your life you want to, and I can help you to help other people also, you also help other people. I think you also love to help other people, I guess. And if I can help you, so you can help more also, then it's just like a nice chain. It sounds like something weird, but I'm helping you, you're helping others, and then you continuing you. But that's how life is, also in school. A teacher has also been taught before, and they teach us, and we can teach other people afterwards, and so that's how the world works. But the most important, I think, is that you actually do a good difference for people. So you're not just taking money for people, but you're actually also helping them make a better life they can see and live. So yeah, nice, Oscar. Also, one question now I want to hear about, because when I remember when we started working together, I remember you just not worked one-on-one with another coach or teacher or mentor or whatever you want to call it, but you had like a program also of someone, and I don't know if you had more programs in the past also, but basically you also probably saw many programs and coaches and consultants and all, you can call it whatever you want, out there on social media and stuff like that. So yeah, I'm just curious, like why did you choose to work with me instead of just maybe continuing to work with the other mentor you had, or doing one that had more marketing? Because at the time we started working together, I didn't really do a lot of marketing, I think, so just working on my clients and doing my stuff. So what was the reason that you just took me instead of just taking one that were everywhere on social media, for example, and advertised all over the place?
So first of all, I like your energy, and we have also worked together in the past. So I already knew you. We already had a connection from the past, and then you reached out to me again, and you also offered to actually help me personally, not in a group format or anything, but personally help me every week. And I can always write to you if I have any questions or anything that I need help with. You are there to help me. So a one-on-one connection, business-wise, who can help me with every struggle I have in my business. That was what I was looking for, and that was what you could offer me as well. So that is why I chose to work with you.
Thanks for your words, man. I'm happy that I also like your energy. And I also like that, because one thing is, I'm now you also said earlier in this interview that I told you a lot of things, and I learned that you should do this and this and this, and your business maybe couldn't be there without me. But it's not all about me, because if you didn't do the work, I told you, like, you did the hard work. I already did this many times before by myself and worked with other people, so I know, of course, it's not like one-to-one I can just implement the same, because every case is different, and that's why I like to work one-on-one with people, because everything is different all the time. But there's still some fundamental things and some foundations that are the same. So I think why I really like to work with you, because you do the things. That's the hard work. A lot of people, I can tell people, I can have a person here that I tell exactly the same that I do to you, but they get zero results because they don't do the work. And I can tell you the same things, and you get a lot of results because you do the work. So it's also like, just to understand, it's not like because I'm a secret formula man that can just help everybody make their dream life. No, you need to do the hard work by yourself. And many people out there are not, willing to do the hard work. You are, sometimes we're sitting up very late and messaging each other. I see, like, sometimes you're sitting midnight and I'm sending, I think yesterday or 2 days ago, I was sending like a audio message, or like a loom or something, like 12 midnight or something to you, and and because I recommend this to people to stay up late like that, but it's just like, we just do what it takes. Like, many people don't want to stay up to midnight and do the extra work to get what they want to get, but sometimes you need to sacrifice, sometimes you need to put a little bit more work than other people. Because I think I like this quote a lot, because if you are willing to do what 99% of people are not willing to do, you'll get what only 1% of people have. And the 1% that everybody wants to have is what most people don't have. So everybody wants to have it, but they don't have it because they're not willing to sacrifice and do the work. So there's no like easy way to this. this very important to understand. Like if you're going to work with Oscar in the future, or me in the future, or whatever, someone else also, it's just important that you don't invest in someone and lay back and just think, okay, they will do the work for you. Because I didn't do the work for you. I helped you, yeah. I maybe, you know, yeah, you're on my ClickFunnels plan right now also, and some things I help you maybe a little bit more than some people would do, but not to say that you did the most. So it's just important, I think, for me to tell people out there behind the screen also that if you're going to work with Oscar in the future, if you're going to work with me in the future, if you're going to work with another person, mentor or coach in the future, you need to do the hard work also, because yeah, it's your mentor is not doing the hard work for you. They're just telling you what to do, and if you do the work, you'll also get the results. So it's just like, you know,
Recipe.
Yeah, exactly, a recipe. It's like following a food recipe where you're doing this, and this, and you're getting the result. And if you can do that, okay, nice. It's quite easy when I tell you to do something to do it, but the hard part for you is doing the hard work and maybe staying up late sometimes and being consistent, even though you're tired, or even though you sacrifice some things. But you're doing that. You're willing to do it because your goals are important for you, and that's also what I like about you. So I just wanted to say some good things to you back again, and also just say to people out there, it's not like easy. It's like it requires hard work for both parts, of course. But can you try to also, I think we have around maybe 5 minutes back now. So if you should like give people out there some tips, they're sitting right now. Let's say there's two things they could. There's also maybe three things. Maybe they're just natural and passive and sitting and watching this video. Maybe they're stuck in the business right now as you've been, and they may be leaning towards working with me or hearing more about how they can work with me. Or they maybe think you're super nice, and they maybe have play the instrument, and they want to hear more about your offer, for example. Can you tell people, nothing about our offers or what we do or something like that, but can you just tell people your best tips, like 3 tips to people out there if they are stuck in the business, for example, or if they are not, like just everybody that want to scale the business and make a good living and earn some good money to create some more freedom and create a nice life, their dream life. What would be 3 tips like for you? Let's say we can take the 3 tips after we started working together. So of course you got some realizations when we started working together, I know, and some things just clicked, and now it makes sense, everything. So if you can give me for the last 6 months here 3 tips and things that just clicked for you, or you want to recommend to other people, what would that be?
So first of all, you need to find something that you enjoy doing, because I've always wanted to start a business, but didn't know what it should be about. And then one day I realized I have this skill in my piano playing that I can actually use, and that gives me motivation. So of course when I got my first sales and everything, that motivated me, and that was a adrenaline kick, of course. But after that, I always turned back to the why that I had before I started. And I always remember that this is something I really enjoy, helping people learning to play the piano. So find something that you really enjoy and that you can see yourself doing in the long run as well. And then if you want to do something serious about it, then find someone who has done it before you. That's number 2. Someone who has already walked the path and can show you exactly what you need to do, and then listen to everything they say and do the work that it requires. It will save you so much time and also so much money, even though you might invest something in someone who can help you. On the long run, again, you will save both time and money. And then thirdly, I would say just enjoy the journey, because if you want to become financially free, if you want to be your own boss, of course what you're looking for is freedom. What you're looking for is being able to plan your own life, live it on your own terms. And if you don't sometimes look around and see what you've built, then you'll miss it, because every day you actually are living the dream that you dreamed of a year ago or something. So enjoy the path, you enjoy what you do while you're in it.
Yeah, and I also feel like sometimes, like, because I guess it's quite hard sometimes. Maybe that's, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but maybe I feel like sometimes you're maybe forgetting to look back and see how fast, like how far you came fast also. Because again, now we're sitting and talking about now, and maybe I'm also reflecting on it, thinking, okay, see out there in the world, how many people are just going from not having an offer 6 months ago and now doing close to 10K 6 months later. Like it's you can't do that with a normal job out there. You can, it's like, of course people out there can do it, some people can do it also, but I think there's few people that can do that, and that's really why I think did a very great job, and now you're actually living probably the life you dreamed of. Like you can actually again, you travel also a lot. I would say not a lot, but you travel maybe more than average people do, because you have the freedom to do it. You can scale it online now, and not because you still have like the physical clients because you like it also, but you are also scaling up on the online part now. And I can't say like what's your dream life, but I remember when we started, I think like what would be the dream for you is like earn a good living. I don't know, like maybe I could also ask you, like, what did you expect when we started out together, actually, when we started out doing this 6 months ago? What did you expect, and where did you expect yourselves to be in 6 months where we are now? Did you expect to be here where we are now, or longer, or not that long, or where did you expect it to be?
I don't know what I expected. I think I hoped that I could get my first online clients. I hoped that I could hit maybe 5K a month. That is what I maybe hoped. I don't know what I dreamt about, but where I am now has exceeded every expectation that I had before I started. That's for sure.
Okay, that's nice, man. I'm happy to hear that, and the next 6 months will also do that.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure we have some big plans coming, and yeah, I'm also, I like the second thing you told me also, and that's not because you're working with me as a mentor also, but it's more like because I'm also investing in mentors and coaches all the time to learn more, and now I'm also working I'm working with some people also, not all the time, but I try to work with some people all the time, because for a long period, I think I invested like 100K or something like that, over 100K dollars in coaches, mentors and stuff like that. And I think for the past year, I haven't really worked with somebody because I thought I was a big expense also, and I felt like I knew a lot now. But there's always people knowing more than you, and it's just like, I feel like it's a cheat code to have someone that is always longer in the journey than you. You can just ask, because like, let's say I'm 10 steps ahead of you, you can always come to me and ask me what did I do as the next steps. And basically the business we are building right now for you is also the same structure I'm building in my own business. So I'm just teaching you what I did before, and I'm just teaching you my next steps. So it's like, and you can walk, I can test things out, figure out what do work, and I can give you the right path. Imagine you have 10 ways you can walk, and 9 of the ways there will be like crocodiles and snakes biting you, and you want to get to like I don't know, a place, and 9 of the ways there's like lava, and there's like fire, and crocodiles and sharks and snakes and something like that, and only one of the paths is the right path without all that. And I can go through all the snakes and the fire and that stuff, and then I can test everything, and I can just tell you need to take number 4, for example, and you can just walk down number 4 without anything on your body. You can just very happily walk down there. So it's like I feel really what you're saying, because I'm doing the same all the time. I'm also taking every month some of the profit I'm making and invest that into coaching, because that's like no-brainer. That's a really high return of investment you will get. You can get a high return of investment on paid ads. I think like last month was like 11 or 12 or something we did X, so we got our money back 11 or 12 times. That's also good. But I think even I think you maybe, I don't have the calculations in my head right now, but I think you made the money back you paid me more than that, and you will also do it in the future a lot more. So that's a no-brainer, and you just need to calculate what is the return on investment you get from it, because it's always higher than you think. that will be. So I think I just made it not a rule, but I think I want to make it a rule in my own business to always have a mentor that is, you know, 10 steps, 5 or 10 steps ahead me, and take some of the percentage, for example, every single month, and put that ahead to invest in a coach that can, or a mentor that can always tell me like what is the next step to do, because that is a cheat code. Because we only have like a limited time on the earth, and if you can, I don't know, I can't tell, but maybe it will take, if I didn't tell you what to do, maybe you'd still try to figure it out right now, 6 months after, or maybe in 6 months more also you can be at the same place. Yeah. So and then what I normally do is like, let's say I saved you 1 year, for example, of time. Okay, and you paid me X amount of money. You divide it by 12 because that's 12 months, and you figure out, okay, is one of your months of your lives worth more than this? Most cases it will be a yes. You know, for example, if I say is 1 year, this is just an example, but I think a realistic example is 1 year of your life, let's say 10 or 15k worth. Is it more or less?
It's more.
It's more, yeah. Your life is worth more than that. I will also say that because in 10 months or 12 months, you should be able to earn that money also. So, because, yeah, let's say you had 1 year back to live in. How much money would you pay to actually get an extra year? You will pay a lot of money. So that's normally how I see it. How much would I, you know, price my own life at? It's maybe a little bit weird way to do it, but I think it's like, you know, seeing things another way, and that's great for actually seeing why you should invest in your own business. It's not only about investing in mentors or coaches, but also in other things in your business that is just giving you a high return on investment. Just need to look at what can you invest in your business to increase your monthly revenue, and then calculate every single scenario and see where's the highest return of investment and just invest in that. Nice, Oscar. I think I can see here we have around 40 minutes now. So if people stayed here now, I'm very impressed. Maybe somebody will do. If you stay here for now, then yeah, we give you a virtual high five. I think both me and Oscar. But basically, that was the video here. I'm also going to make like a breakdown of everything, visual breakdown here on my YouTube channel of everything we did in that case. So exactly how we built the ad setup, the organic content, the DM frameworks and everything, because I don't want to hide anything. I just want to, I'm not gatekeeping, I just want to give you the frameworks, because yeah, if you want to do it by yourself, you can do it. If you want to get Oscar's help or my help to do it, you can also reach out to us on Instagram. So Oscar's Instagram is just coming up on the screen right now here. Reach out to him. He's having like a few spots right now for his both his Done For You offer. We're starting out now. So if you're a musician that like are doing drums or piano or guitar or something like that, and you actually want to earn you know, money that you can live from, because I know I heard about a lot of musicians maybe struggle a little bit financially.
They do.
Yeah, so Oscar can basically teach you how he did, and it will be a high return on investment. And also, if you just want to hear more about what I offer, I also have a few spots left right now. I'm working a lot right now with the people I work with, because I'm gathering feedback to build a new offer right now also, and it's a new project. But I still have a few spots here before the summer right now. So yeah, you can reach out to me on Instagram also. You can see my Instagram profile here. Just DM me something. You can DM me. I normally say you can DM me expertise in the DM, and yeah, do that, or just message me a known message and we can touch and see if it makes sense to move forward. So I would say thanks, Oscar, for being here today, traveling all the way from Odense to Aarhus. That was so nice. And yeah, you also got a little bit of food I provided for you, so I hope you're happy. And now you have a little office space also for the rest of the day. So yeah, also my pleasure, Oscar, and I'm looking forward to really work with you, I think, hopefully for a long time still, and help you scale up and make a high return of investment to you also in your business. I'm really looking forward also to see your growth in the future and see where you are. Probably you're physically in Copenhagen soon, but also in your business, where you are in the next 6 months or the next 12 months, because I think you can be very far ahead in 6-12 months. So thanks, Oscar, for your time, and thanks for watching. And don't remember to like the video if you like the video. Subscribe to my channel also if you want to see more content like this, if you want to see the breakdown With Oscar's case, 100% no gatekeeping, no fluff, just, you know, value. And yeah, then see you in the next video. Bye bye.